When I asked both of you why you wanted to marry, I couldn't help but notice the resounding theme. You didn't want your marriage to be about just the two of you. You don't want your marriage to be just about how love in today's modern society that says love is about self. And so you want your marriage to represent something bigger, something that can only be understood through the power of the gospel. Jesus has loved us when we've not deserved it. He poured out his time and energy for us so that he could become one of us. And he humbled himself and emptied himself to the point of death, even death on a cross. Today, with this commitment, you're saying to each other, we're going to maintain this marital union no matter what. I will be with you no matter what happens between us and to us. If you achieve no success and gain no status in society, I will be there. When we argue and we are angry, as we inevitably will be, I will work to bring us together. When we seem totally at odds and neither of us is having our needs fulfilled, I will persist in trying to understand and restore our relationship. But not through my own strength, through Jesus.
I can't believe that today is the day I get to stand beside you as your wife. For a long time, I thought I had a pretty good idea of who I would marry one day. I'll be honest and say that when I first met you, when you were a messy-haired 16-year-old, I'd say you were crazy if you told me we'd be standing here today. But thankfully, God's plans are always better than our own. When we met at church all those years ago, we didn't have to think about getting along. It just came naturally for us. I was home from college for the summer, and we spent those few months sharing a small group and serving in a homeless outreach together. I went back to school and you went your own way, but fast forward years later and our paths began to cross again. Needless to say, God was writing quite the story. It wasn't long before I discovered that although you weren't what I thought I wanted, you were exactly what I needed. You are my biggest cheerleader, my encourager, my adventure buddy, and my best friend. We knew that our story was meant to tell of something bigger than just us, to tell of the love of God. I promise to choose you, not just on the good days, but every day. I promise to serve you, just as Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. And I promise to love you even when it hurts, because God first loved us. I can't wait to run this race towards heaven with you, and if you ever leave, I'm coming with you.
Donna, every day that passes, I feel more and more grateful that I get to do life with you. You're so much funnier and more interesting and more of a joy to hang out with than any woman I could have ever imagined. You've taught me about vulnerability, thoughtfulness, and intentionality in ways that have made me stretch and grow and got uncomfortable. And you've helped me learn that those moments of being uncomfortable can be incredibly valuable lessons. As your husband, I commit my life, my love, and my devotion to you, and only to you. I vow to listen and be present when we're having a conversation and not be defensive when you're telling me how you feel about something I like. I vow to tell you I love you every day, even when it's hard to say. I vow to buy you medicine when you're sick, even if I'm sick from the cold you gave me. I vow to pray with you when we can't make up our minds about an important decision. I vow to be your biggest cheerleader when you try and succeed at something, and an even bigger encourager when you try and fail, which you sometimes will. I vow to understand and encourage you to try again. I'm so glad to be your best friends, and I'm eager to continue having adventures with you for the rest of our life.
Woo!
I love you.
Love you too.
Christ promised us, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. And so today and forever in marriage, take upon yourself that same unreserved commitment.